Well, it's called Yellow Tinker, and Liz Carroll is the fiddle player there. She lives in Chicago now, and she's probably one of the better Irish American fiddle players that I know of. Anyway, in the studio with us this morning, we have the two very famous people, or at least they are to me. Brian Powers. Brian, you used to be, I think, president of City Council in Lakewood, so all the Lakewoodians know you.
They know me. I'm not sure how much they like me. I think they still like me.
Do they? Well, that's good that you left it and left some good feelings behind, because a lot of times people don't, right? Lakewood was where my cousin Madeline King was the mayor for years and years. How did you get along with Madeline?
Got along great with Madeline.
I'm glad you said that.
Appointed me to my first couple of commissions and boards in Lakewood. I never had intention of serving in an elected role, but the time came after in the Great Recession. But Madeline was my mentor and helped me greatly.
You know, she called me up one time and she said, "Do you know this Powers guy?" I said, "I do. You're not going to put him in charge of anything, are you?" And she says, "I am. He's brilliant." And then I knew for sure. I told her, then I said, "You're on the right track." Madeline, I said, "You are a good executive because you picked the right people." And she picked you, Brian. Thought you were She really did. She respected you. I used to talk about you all the time. And this lady here beside you, Shannon Day is her maiden name. I have an awful time getting used to this new name of yours. You know, even though you've been married to the guy for
almost 5 years.
He's not listening, is he?
No, he is.
Oh,
So, well, he says he is, so we'll see. Everyone still calls me Shannon Day.
He's
so
he is really he's a nice fellow.
Yes,
You
he
picked
is.
a good one, Shannon.
Thank you.
Anyway, this is a great event that you guys do every year, and I know the community appreciates it, and Metro Hospital appreciates it. Tell our listeners what it is actually, the Friends of Mothers and Infants at Metro.
Yeah, so Metro Health Friends of Mothers and Infants have been around since 1972. So they, meet the needs of low-income mothers and that are delivering at Metro. So they work with a social worker, and we get them whatever we can. So that can be sleepers, onesies, toddler clothing, diapers and wipes, strollers, car seats, maternity clothing for the mothers. We service hundreds of families annually. So, I've been involved in the board for over 4 years. I've stepped away from being on the actual board just to grow my own family, but I still want to be involved and as supportive as I can and be involved in this awesome event that Brian and I put on each year. And we have a lot of other people that help us, including the board. So it's a great event to service so many people in the area that need help.
So you've been with them 4 years?
Yeah.
Brian, how long have you been with it? You probably got involved with your trio wife.
Many years ago, my wife and her sisters were on the board of the Metro Health Friends and M&I, and we always had a family St. Patrick's Day party, and it was in our home and for our family and friends. And it outgrew that. We went to a bar and we went to a VFW hall, and somewhere along the way we put out a tip jar for the Friends of M&I, and it grew from there into to a more of a formal event to benefit the Friends of M&I, and it's been. We've lost track. Somewhere over 20 years we've been doing this.
20 years, huh? So you've raised some money for them through the years.
We do. It's a great event. Through a lot of help through the whole community. People come out for the event, and we have folks who sign up for sponsorships every year. So it does.
Typically, what does it raise, Brian? $8,000 or $10,000?
Around $20,000 per year.
Nice.
It's great, and the need is great. So especially through the COVID years, there's a lot of need in this community, and no matter what end of the political spectrum you're on, it's not the baby's fault, right? So when my wife was one of 8 kids, I was one of 7. Shannon's from a big family. When we had kids, we had this support network. All the aunts and uncles showed up, and there were showers, and there were grandparents, and there were cousins, and there were hand-me-downs. All those things that we took for granted. Not everybody has that support network. And Friends of M&I steps up and fills that role for people who need the help.
So in the community in general, how important is it? Does, for instance, the county appreciate what you guys do? Because otherwise, the county would have to come up with that money.
Well, I think we don't take governmental support into the Friends of M&I. Certainly, it's whether I believe the county appreciates it, I believe everybody does. The most important thing is the mothers appreciate it. That's what we're there for.
Sure.
Those babies. It's expensive to have a kid. Ask Shannon.
Yep.
Oh, no, I
and,
had a bunch of them in my house.
and
Paying the grocery bill for them now.
And it's unsafe if a child shouldn't sleep in the bed of the parents. They need a crib. So how are you going to get a crib? They shouldn't drive in a car without a car seat. So how are we going to get a car seat? They shouldn't sit around all day in a used diaper. All these things are unsafe and unhealthy. And we're just about, how can we help those babies be safer and healthier?
I remember, God, you bring back some memories to me now. I remember we had 6 kids, Nellie and I, with 6 of them in a Volkswagen Bug. No seat belts, no headrest, no armrest, nothing. But of course they were packed in so tight, you couldn't hurt them anyway. If you rolled the car over, they'd be all still in there, right? Those are the days. But today now, how do people say if they have 2 or 3 kids already and some woman needs this help, can they come to you?
They work through Metro Health and through the social workers in the Metro Health Network.
So when they're in Metro will notify you, say this woman needs some help.
Yeah, so they'll talk to the social worker, and then the social worker will work with the people on the board. We have 2 that are hired employees. The rest of us are volunteers. So they will work directly with the employee on staff to get things working. And so we can provide everything for them from there.
Does Metro fund any of it, or do they just let you use their name? Is that what it is?
We're affiliated. The Metro Hospital does not provide any funding, but it's a very close, good working relationship. And again, Metro's not just the big hospital itself. There are community health centers all throughout Greater Cleveland. So no matter what part of Greater Cleveland you're in, Metro Health is there serving this community need. And they're very supportive. But Friends of M&I is a separate 501c3 charitable organization, so it's tax deductible.
People
Your
can donate
contributions.
to it all year round,
Yes.
not just this time. Talk about the event coming up.
Sure.
Let's do that.
The event this year is March 8th. It's a Friday. It's from 7 to call it 11 p.m. at the Screw Factory in Lakewood. Friday, March 8th, write it down. Jerry, I know you'll be there. We look forward to it always, and Colleen and her family are always there. But that's at 13000 Athens Avenue in Lakewood. So look up the Screw Factory, look up the event. You can go to mothersandinfants.org and find out more about it. And we hope everybody can show up and have a good time. This is not a stuffy, charitable, put on a suit and a tie and sit back and listen to speakers. This is a party.
You mean I would be overdressed for it today?
You would
You would
be
be.
overdressed.
Oh,
Put on your jeans and a t-shirt, and there's great music, Guinness on tap, really good food.
The food was great.
It's
Yeah.
it's a great party. We're very lucky this year again to have the Kilroys, great band. If you've never parted, it's a party band. They have a lot of fun.
Any spuds?
Always spuds.
Always.
Yes, yes.
You must have. The funny thing, I was talking to Brian Bigley, he was supposed to be here today, and he just called me a while ago and he said he can't come in. There's some kind of a bug in the house, and he said, I don't want to be giving it to all of you guys, so he can't come in. But he told me he moved his business, his pipe making business, to the Screw Factory. That's where he's
cool.
making his pipes now, fabricating them. So
So ample
I
parking.
just thought I'd mention that. Anyway, it sounds like it's going to be a great evening, Friday, March the 8th, 7 to 10 p.m. the Screw Factory, and 130th on Athens Avenue, right in Cleveland. Music by the Kilroys, $45 a person. And if somebody wants to make a tax-deductible donation, you'll take $1,000, you'll take $5,000, and it is deductible on their taxes, correct?
Correct. It is a tax deductible
Yeah, that's it.
501c3
You know, that
organization.
is an important thing. Right? A lot of organizations don't think of that tax deductible advantage, where people can give
Yeah.
some money to it. And it's a good time to do it right now, to step up. And they can go to the website, which is,
Yeah, www.mothersandinfants.org/2024 countdown, or we also have another separate website, that gives details, which is www.countdowntostpatricksday.com. So you can buy your tickets at either location.
All right, great.
It'll be a blast.
I think you'll have a great fundraiser again. You don't set the goal though, before you've been saying we're going to raise this much money, do you?
No, not necessarily. We have some numbers in our head that we try to hit to
Usually
make sure
about the 20.
we can support the organization's needs for another year.
That's great, that's wonderful. Thanks, Brian.
Thank you so much for having us, Jerry.
Thanks, Jerry.
Thanks, Shannon.
Yep.